Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'll be talking about the Royal Realm and all it has to offer. So, in the previous video I mentioned what makes up a deck, what makes up a realm, how many cards and creatures and spells are in this deck and realm. But today I don't have the full Royal Realm. I'm missing the Titans and the building, as I think. Yeah, that is correct. But I do have 5 spells and 13 creatures to go over. So yeah, we have a lot to go over in this video. Hope you guys enjoy. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first card here, we have Pyromage. It does help the strategy. Actually, how about this? Before I go into the cards, I would like to go over the strategy of the realm. This realm is based off of, as you can see here, fire, and off the name Royal. It involves kings, queens, villagers of this kingdom, mages, dragons, archers, catapults, stuff like that, all more so medieval based. Now, the strategy behind this is, well, as you might know, a kingdom wants to do is their plan or objective in a kingdom is to get lots of people following behind them, following their ideas, helping out the king and queen evolve their kingdom and make it to the point where they have lots of power. And that's simply what this realm is all about, gaining lots of attack. As you can see in this effect right here, I do have an effect that uses attack and helps other creatures out. But yeah, lots of attack, lots of power. Try and just destroy your opponent using attack and kind of increasing your other creatures around you to help win. So to start off, we have Pyromage. It costs 5 and has 2 attack and 3 defense. The stats, especially for its cost, is horrible. It's really horrible. But its effect, what makes it really good. It says, for every creature on your opponent's field, give +1 attack to any creature of your choice. Now, what this does is basically, if I play this, and your opponent has 2 cards there, right, I would gain 2 attack. Now, I could give 2 attack to Pyromage and have 4 attack and 3 defense, which would be pretty good. Or I can give it to my other creature, Swordsman. Now, Swordsman will gain 4 attack. Now, not only that, I could also split it between Swordsman and Pyromage. So, it is a pretty strong card, decent card that can be useful when it comes to helping out not only the Royal Realm, but also other realms too, and decks. Next card, we do have Archer. It costs 1. It's a 1/1 attack and defense. Pretty simple, pretty basic. Most decks, or I keep saying decks, I should be saying realms. Most realms in this game do have simple cards like this. For the Royal Realm, it is the Archer. Pretty simple, nothing to really go over. Next up, we do have Swordsman. Now, this is part of the archetype in this in the Royal Realm. As I said before, it's kind of the villager. Villager of the kingdom is a swordsman. Pretty simple. Cost 2, has 2 attack, 1 defense. Not the best stats. No effect. But the next card is Spearman, its brother, or its teammate. Also costs 2, but instead of having more attack, it has more defense. Still no effect, so pretty simple, but there are cards I'll be getting into that will help this archetype grow. Next up, I have Knight, classic card. Like I said before, I do have lots of classic cards in here that don't really have effects. Most realms have that. But yeah, it costs 4, has 3 attack, 3 defense. And as I get on with my other videos and more deck explaining, it's not the best stats for cost 4, but that's perfectly fine. And yeah, that ends off my silver rarity. So I forgot to go over that. There are, I think, 5 rarities in this game. This is the silver rarity. So yeah, 5 silvers in the Royal Realm. Now we get on to our gold. Probably one of the best cards in set 1 is Shieldsman. Now it costs 2, really cheap. And as you can see, it has no attack. And you might be wondering, how does this help the Royal Realm with lots of attack and power? Well, it's more of a support card for when your creatures don't have a lot of defense. This card can take opportunity of that and direct the opponent's attacking force to this card. And it reads, give +1 defense to one of your creatures on the field. And it also has guard. So guard basically allows it to direct all the damage that your opponent is doing to this creature. So before your opponent can attack, say, your swordsman on the field, they have to go through Shieldsman first, which is pretty good, especially with 4 defense. So I would rate this card probably one of the best in the sets. Next up, we have Dragon. one of my favorite artworks. I will be redoing it because I did get a lot of inspiration off the internet. So yeah, I will be redoing it, but it is a pretty beefy card with 6 attack, 4 defense, no effect, but it does cost 5. So I rate this card also pretty well. And then to end off the gold, we have Guards of the Queen. Really expensive, as you can see. It's one of the more expensive cards in the Royal Realm, but it's well worth it. It has 4 attack and 9 defense, and it reads, give +2 attack to any creature on your field with a level 6 or above. Now, this is pretty useful if you have creatures. Well, dragon isn't, a 6-powered creature, but creatures that do have 6 powered or more will benefit from this card being placed. And it's a pretty good card, more so late game because you don't really have 8 coins to start off with. Yeah, it is a pretty good card. Now, before I get on to this is the last gold card of Royal Realm. I do have one more to make, that is the building, which I'll get on with that with another video. But for now, that's the end of the gold. So next up, we have the diamond rarity. This is Thief. Now, when making this card, I thought it'd be pretty broken, pretty overpowered, and really useful. I'd see in a lot of decks, but surprisingly, it's not the best. It reads, choose one of your opponent's creatures choose one of your opponent's creatures' power and switch it with this card's power. This effect ends per turn. So when I play this card, its effect works every single turn. It costs a lot, but it can be very useful. It only has 4 defense, so it could be killed right away, right when it's placed down, when you pass the turn to your opponent. But it can kill huge creatures such as Guards of the Queen, stuff like that. Basically, if this card has 1 attack and Guards of the Queen has 4, I'll switch it. So Thief will have 4, Guards of the Queen will only have 1, and this card won't kill Guards of the Queen, but it will do good damage to it. So it can be a reliable card at times, but it's necessarily not the best card to rely on, actually, because you're more taking a chance. You don't know what your opponent will play next turn too, so not the best of diamonds. Next up is Catapult. I really like this art too. It costs 7, has 5 attack, 5 defense. It's okay stats for a 7 cost, but it does read, if your realm life total is below 10, so say your opponent is attacking you and you get below 10 health, this card can attack the opponent's realm directly for 5 life points, which is really huge when it comes to life points. That can be game changing. But this card is only useful late game, more of a comeback situation, but it is useful at times and can be seen winning a game. So yeah. And lastly, a last diamond card is Dragon Slayer, also one of the best cards in the set 1. It reads, every time this card defeats an opponent's creature, give +1 attack to this card. As you can see, it does cost 6, pretty expensive, but it has pretty good stats and attack. Now, with this, I can attack a creature and I gain 5 attack. I can attack another creature, I get 6 attack. It's pretty beefy, especially if you have something like your let's say Shieldsman to direct damage somewhere else. This card can be gaining attack while your opponent can't do anything about it. Next up, we have Royal Prince. Pretty simple card. It reads, for every creature on your field, not including this card, give +2 attack to this card. So it does cost 6, pretty cheap, similar to Dragon Slayer. Has pretty good defense and really bad attack for a 6 power creature. But as this creature is played, if you have, say, lots of townsmen or villagers on your field in play, this card can be really beefy and really hard to take down. And that was actually our emerald rarity. I forgot to announce that. So yeah, and then there's only 2 emerald rares per realm, and this is the last one for Royal Realm, called Armored Hog. It's pretty cheap, costs 4, and it has its effect reads, discard this creature from your field to add +2 defense to one of your active creatures you choose. It also has guard. Now this is pretty beefy. It's pretty good card, I would say. It has 1 attack, 6 defense, so not the best on attack. As I said before, Royal Realm should have lots of attack, but there are a good amount of cards that have better defense. Now, say this card is being attacked, or it's not fully attacked, it's not fully dead, it has, say, 1 health, it's on its last life. You're able to discard it, and use it for another creature and increase the defense for this creature. It's pretty good, especially if it costs 4. Can be seen in a lot of decks, and can really help you advance the game and do more damage to your opponent. Next up, we do have the spells. There are a total of 5 spells. Our first spell reads, every creature on your field gain +2 attack for this turn. And it is called Battle Cry. Now it does cost 2, very cheap. It's only for a one turn attack. So you play it and you get rid of it. This is a, I think if I'm correct, a spell card. Or, actually, I'm not fully sure what I'm going to call it. But for right now, it just has this little mark right here. And that says that when you play it, you must discard it right away. And then its effect goes into play. This is really good for if you want to kill a big creature in one turn and you don't have enough creatures. You can gain more attack and then kill off the big creature. So pretty solid card, especially for 2. Can be seen in a lot of decks. Next up, Fiery Catapult. Probably one of the best spells in the game for set 1. It simply just does a direct damage to a creature. It has cost 3 and reads deal 5 damage to any creature. This is really good, especially if there's creatures such as a Shieldsman in the way. You can get rid of it very easily with one card. Next up, we have Crown of Monarchy. Now, this is a gear card or equipment card. You can say it both ways. Little triangle down there. And this reads, this creature gains +1 attack power for every royal creature on your field. Now, I did kind of mess up with this. It says attack power. I just actually want it to be attack. So if you have a good amount of royal creatures on your field, you can use this and other creatures will gain better attack. So I'll pull out a spearman and an archer. If the archer's on the field and so is a pyromage, I can apply this Crown of Monarchy to a spearman and it will gain +3 attack since I have 3 royal creatures on the field. Pretty useful, only for Royal Realm, decks. Oh, I'm messing this all up. It's only can really be seen in Royal Realm decks since it's useless without a royal card on the field. So not the best card, probably pretty low tier wise. I wouldn't really recommend it unless you're big on Royal Realm. Next up, I have Incoming Backup. This reads, if you have no more creatures on your field, then free play all townsman creatures from your hand. Now, this is a trap card, as you can see with the little X right there. Pretty expensive for a spell, like some of the other ones here, but it is very useful. Now, it says, I already read the effect, but yeah, Incoming Backup, pretty useful. If I don't have any creatures on the field, I'll be able to place this card down. And say I have a couple townsman creatures in my hand, I'll be able to place that and all free play them without paying any money. Now, of course, I will pay 5 coins to place this card. So, you know, if you only have 2 townsman creatures in your hand, it's really no point. But can be pretty useful at times. And finally, our last card of Royal Realm that I have to show in our last spell is Inflamed Rage. It does cost 5. I'm actually forgot to say that I am making Crown of Monarchy 4 since it's not the best card. So I am making that 4 and making this 5 instead. And I actually just made this card recently, and it reads, give +3 power to... Ooh, I messed that up. It says tall. It should say, give +3 power to all creatures on your field with a level of 4 or less. This is really good for spammy decks. Decks with, only townsman creatures in it, small creatures that don't have the best power or attack. Now, power is up here. It's not the attack below, as seen on like a Shieldsman. It's not this is the attack. This is the power, if you didn't know that. So it's not really good for killing creatures, but if you only have one creature to go through and you kill them off, and then you give Inflamed Rage to a creature, it's going to have +3. So this would be 5 power, which is huge, because your opponent only has a certain amount of power, and the more power you chip away at, the better chances of you winning are. And that's really it. It is a spell card, so it lasts only 1 turn, and you discard it. But yeah, that's it. I didn't know if I mentioned this, but these are diamond rares, and while the rest of these 3 spell cards are gold rares. But yes, And that's really it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed all this artwork I have to show off. I do have more to come for the Royal Realm. Hopefully maybe a battle video soon of me using it against my friend. And this is not the end for showing off realms. I think I messed up in the previous video. I said that there's only 5 realms and I only showed off 4. There's actually, there is 5 realms. I've only made 4 of them so far, which is the Royal Realm, Sea Realm, the Shadow Realm, and the Jungle Realm. I do have the Ice Realm to add on. So yeah, hopefully in the future I'll get some art for that and be able to show it off. But for now, here's the Royal Realm. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the strategy that comes with it. And hopefully I'll be able to see some play of it when I get more cards out. And I think it's pretty valuable, I think it's a pretty valuable realm that'll be seen a lot. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe and like. I really appreciate it. I also have a Discord server that's in the link below if you want to go check that out. I greatly appreciate if you join. I'm trying to grow this community. I really am. And I really love doing these videos and stuff. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed all the artwork. But yeah, that's it.